Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I'm Jayle, and for this week's meal prep, I'm making chicken bento boxes with mini pancakes and pork tenderloins. So for the breakfast portion, I'm using the protein oat pancake mix that I got from Aldi's, mixing it up with some Fairlife milk, the fat-free, just to up the protein a little bit. I'm following the instructions on the back of the box in order to make these pancakes, and then I always add vanilla extract, almond extract, and a pinch of cinnamon just to add a little more flavor. This recipe was actually pretty easy to make. The part that takes the longest are the mini pancakes, but the chicken, I just put it in the air fryer. And honestly, this was really good. I paired it with some maple syrup, and I feel like the sweetness from the syrup mixed with the chicken, it was just really good. And this was perfect. I went ahead and prepped it ahead for 3 days, which was the best part because I didn't have to worry about making breakfast for 3 days, like besides my kids. But for myself and for my husband, we had breakfast, which was perfect and saved us quite a bit of time during the morning. So once you finish mixing the batter up with the cinnamon, vanilla extract, and the almond extract, you just want to make sure that you have kind of an in-between consistency, but in between thick and thin. This is what will ensure that you have a fluffier pancake. Now, if you typically prefer a thinner pancake, the ones with the crispy edges, those were so good, but for this one I made fluffy. If you prefer the crispy edges, I recommend making the liquid just slightly more thin. Once you start to see little bubbles on the top of the pancakes, you know that it's time to flip. I am really bad with flipping pancakes. As you can see, when I flip, they tend to fall on top of another. I've just never been very good at flipping pancakes. Exhibit A, what a struggle it was to flip this one pancake. For the chicken portion, I went with the Real Good Foods chicken tenders. This just has higher protein and less carbs, so I just threw it in my Ninja air fryer and I let it cook according to the package directions. So the instructions say that for an air fryer to cook at 330 degrees Fahrenheit for 14 minutes. I tend to like a crispier chicken, so I cooked it for 20 and it was perfect. It was really crispy at the end. Once they cooled a little bit, I went ahead and put the chicken on a cutting board and I chopped it up into little bite-sized pieces. This is so that when I ate it, I could pair a mini pancake with a piece of chicken, and I could dip that into the syrup and get all the flavors together in that one bite. This is what the bento box looks like with just the chicken, and this is what it looks like with the mini pancakes. And like I said, I paired it with some maple syrup. And this breakfast was perfect and delicious. Highly recommend. Now for lunches, I air fried a pork tenderloin. It came out really juicy and tender. So if you haven't tried making pork tenderloin in your air fryer yet, go ahead and try it because you're going to love it, and it's so easy. You literally just put it in the air fryer, you season it. Here I'm using the Kinder's hickory seasoning. This gave it such a good flavor, like if you would have grilled it. I really like this seasoning. And you just place it in your air fryer and you can forget about it. You just let it cook until it's done. You can flip it over in between if you'd like, but honestly I didn't even need to because it cooked evenly on both sides. I like to use a lot of seasonings, so just season to your heart's content. So for this, I'm using the Ninja Grill Cook. I forgot the name of it, but it has different functions. You can grill, roast, broil, bake in it. So I'm using it on the air fry function at 400 for 20 minutes. And for this meal, I went simple. The side is going to be baby spinach and a slice of garlic bread. So the garlic bread, we just made it whenever we were going to eat the meal. But I went ahead and washed the lettuce and I placed it in a separate baggie so that way it was out of the pork tenderloin container, so we could just heat up the pork and not heat up the spinach with it, and we would just throw it in the bowl with the pork once it was heated up. And this is what the pork tenderloin ended up looking like. It was so juicy and flavorful. And that is everything that I have for this week's meal prep. If you guys enjoyed this video, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And you haven't yet, just go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.